Hi everybody, the other film I was talking about is Matilda. Now, okay, this film was made in 1996, directed and stars Danny DeVito and Rhea Perlman as a couple, and then Mara Wilson from Mrs. Doubtfire as the little girl. Now, it's based off of Roald Dahl's book, but it takes a turn from the book. But it still has enough of the charm that audience across the board will love this film. Um, Now, okay, Matilda is really smart and also has magical powers. And she's very opposite her whole entire family because they're self absorbed and kind of dumb, honestly. And they can't fathom why someone would want to be smart. So, throughout the film, she has to deal with life and everything, and how she feels like the awkward one out, and then, um, and then ultimately she's uh, adopted kind of by a nice teacher. But first, she has to get through the bad teacher, which I think everybody knows and has used the terminology Mrs. Trenchfold to refer to someone who's really mean. Yeah, because this character was made and written as really extremely mean. Um, and she's got a look on the face and the hair, and it's not a good character. So, yeah. But ultimately, Matilda, Mara Wilson, you know, finds her way out of it. But what I find interesting is that Mara Wilson herself can transition from being a child actor, and she was still a child actor, but she did a ton of different roles because she played the youngest girl in Mrs. Doubtfire, the little 5-year-old, and then she also played Susan in Miracle on 34th Street, the 1994 version with Richard Attenborough as Santa Claus. Not to be confused with the 1934 version, I do believe, of the same name. But major difference is the one in 1934 was made in black and white. So, yeah. Um, and then her last role, I believe her last role was this Matilda, because she, I guess she found out from an early age that she liked acting, but she also wanted to expand her horizons. And now she's a writer, I think she's a writer, producer, voice actor, and a lot of different things. And just so you know, she's still close with her Mrs. Doubtfire co-stars because Matthew Lawrence, as I've said before, has a podcast with his brothers and called Brotherly Love. Okay, and I know I've talked about this in another video, but they named it because that was the name of their show, and also they're from Philadelphia. So, double tie-in there. But, okay, so Matthew Lawrence played the brother, you know, and he was the one who was really close with Robin Williams and Mrs. Doubtfire. So, when he found out it was him and Drag, he didn't take it too well at first, but, they patched it up. But it's nice to know that Lisa Jacob, Mara Wilson, and Matthew Lawrence were like real brothers and sisters throughout the making of the movie. And also, Sally Field was great. They all said Sally Field was really great too. So yeah, of course, like I've always said, when you have a great cast, you have a great movie. So, um, but yeah, there's a little snapshot of Matilda um, to go along with Big. And also, I think both of the movies show that it's okay to be a little bit what people would call odd because you're the only one who has to know what's going on. Not everyone else has to know every detail of your life. And you don't owe anybody any details unless you want to give them. So, yeah. But it really, both of these movies in different ways stretch the fantasy genre definitely. So, if you're into fantasy, drama, those kind of things, check out either Big or Matilda. Now, Big was made in 1988, Matilda was made in 1996. So, you make your choice.